so much for choosing to be here. And it's going to be really short and simple here this morning. It is another week, so hopefully you are all staying busy and staying productive and staying safe and sane. That's more importantly now these days. It's been a rough week for me, to be exact, over 2 weeks now. Basically, June has been really a bad month. How about the last 3 months, right? No, I mean, my point to you this morning is that no matter what happens out there, no matter what happens, what's going on in our world that we cannot control, none of us can control what's going on out there, all right? That we shouldn't be, focused, put all of our energy in there, 80%, 90%, 100%, 0% of energy out there, what's going on. We cannot control that. But here's what we can do. We can control what's going on in our world, in our small world. Think about this. We basically, if you look at the universe, by the way, I love talking about the universe because that's all I see in Netflix, by the way. Planets, our planet, our universe, those kind of show. But when you really, really start thinking and opening up your mind, we're all human beings on this huge space called planet Earth, right? Of all of the planets and all of the galaxies out there in the open space called universe, we're really actually small little dot, this dot, like a dot. So, embrace your journey in life, because that's the only thing that we have. I mean, one life to live, embrace that. Think about that. All of these things that we do share together with, 7.6 billion other human beings, excluding other species out there on the planet Earth, and not to mention what's way out beyond all of the other space in the galaxy in the universe. But we need to focus in our own little space here. What can we do? What can we maintain? What can I give every day in our lives as we wake up each morning, throughout the day, the same hours that everybody else have, 7.6 billion of us have, 24 hours, maybe 16 hours of that, and maybe more, give and take, more or less, is when we wake up, when we actually consciously doing something, right? Out of the 24 hours, 16 hours are really good hours to live, right? Make the best of that, and by the time we go to bed. What I'm trying to say is that enjoy your life, make the best of it. We can't control what's going on out there. Life is 10% of what happened, and really 90% is how we choose ourselves how to respond and react. I mean, I've done so many things that I want to do during these last 3 months, regardless what's going on out there, regardless what's going on in my direct space, in my direct environment. Not to say that I have a perfect life, I have a perfect everything, right? But nobody wants to fail. Think about that. No one wants to fail. Everybody wants to be successful, right? So we need to focus on that. We need to focus in, creating and continuing, maintaining, sustaining ourselves to be the best version of ourselves every day. That is a challenge right there. There's always going to be that tools inside our mind. And by the way, mindset is very powerful. It's a key to all of these things, right? What you feed is what you do. Your thoughts, becomes your words. Your words becomes your action, your habits and everything. So you need to be mindful about that. You gotta feed your thoughts like what you feed to your body. Healthy, no toxic, healthy things, healthy thoughts, healthy foods. It's your choice. It's your choice. Going back, there are always going to be those two wolves inside your head trying to get attention from you every day when you wake up, those 16 hours during the day. Mindful. You need to be mindful about that. What and who and how and why. you want to choose that way, because there are some consequences of those, right, in a result. So I'm just letting you know that at this time too, I wanna point out something. Oh, did I get that right? I want to point out, I don't know if you guys can see that, all of these things that's happening, most of the things I should say that's happening in our lives are probably not taught from school years. Do you know we spent total 29 years in our lives? That's I think I'm including also not just preschool, high school, senior high school, also 4-year college, perhaps the master's. Roughly speaking, I'm just going to give you some numbers here. 41,760 hours we spent in school trying to understand, trying to learn, to prep ourselves in a real world out there. But guess what? Most of the things that's happening in the real world are not taught from here, from this sitting classroom hours. Just so you know. So what does that mean? Oh, I also put 16 hours per day, 365 days per year. That's only 10%. Look, I am a lifelong learner myself. I'm always a fan about that. I mean, I advocate education. Okay, I always going to be. I'm in my mid-50s. Yes, I am. I can't believe I say that now. Not on record. But, I always see myself as learning every day. It is okay to fail. It is okay to make mistakes. It is okay to take breaks in your life. It is okay to do all of these things. We're all human beings. That I want to say too. So in relation to this point that I'm trying to make, all of this thing, all of these hours, 41,760 hours in our lifetime, give and take, spent sitting down in a classroom, being trained, being prepared of what's going to happen in the real world. But in fact, most of the real world experiences didn't come from a classroom, right? Come from our own experiences. What I'm trying to say is that be mindful to your experiences, to your failures, to your mistakes. Be mindful. Practice more empathy for others. Practice more self-care. Practice more respecting yourself. Practice to self-aware. Practice to love yourself. Because without that base, you can't relate to others. I'm talking about like practice also save yourself before you can save others. And that's important. Just like when we board on a plane, before we even take off, the plane takes off. What do? We sit down there and then there's a safety briefing. The stewardess will show us how to use the available already, safety gears, the tools, the equipment. So it's already available in our seats, by the way. And here's the mask, and here's what you do, and here are some the doors, exits. Right, same thing in life. We have the tools, we have the resources. We gotta save ourselves before we can be able to save others. All of these things that we were taught in school, those are great. We spent so many hours. Can you believe we spent thousands of hours? And also, we spent so many hours in a small space called workplace. Monday through Friday, some of us work on Saturdays also. 5 to 6 days out of the week, probably about 8-9 hours, excluding commuting, stuck in traffic. That's another 4 hours round trip every day. 2 hours, 1 hour, 2 hours traffic commuting. That's 4 hours every day. Times that 5 days, 6 days out of the week. That's crazy. And we're gonna torture ourselves. So that's about 40,000 hours in school building, spent in school building, in a classroom. That's excluding your lunch breaks, eating in the cafeteria, eating in the parks, eating in the outdoor, whatever. And that's excluding the free passes, the free elective classes and all that. You get my point. And then plus now, after all that spent, about 40,000 hours in school buildings, and then you get to work, to get to work and spend another 9 hours a day, plus another 1, 2, okay, an average probably 1, 2 hours per day round trip to go back to work, from and to work. Be good to yourself. Take good care of yourself. It is okay to fail. It is okay to fail through your journey, in life. Take that as a learning experiences. You know, you've gone through a lot. We all gone through a lot already. So there's nothing should be worried about except be the best version of you every single day. The message that I want to talk about. That's the message. So that's the message that I want to point out to you today. We spent so much already learning things since pre-kindergarten. Before that, learn to walk, learn how to ride a bicycle, learn how to do these things, right? What we call life. And then after we spent so many hours, graduated from school, then we go again to college, spent more hours in the classroom learning more so we could gain credibility for that piece of paper, so we can get a job. Then once we get a job, and then we spent more hours at workplace and stuck in traffic, commuting. You know, our average lifespan in the United States, I think, is about 85 years of age or something like that. We spent too many hours, maybe 1/3, 2/3 of that to spend in a classroom learning things about what life is. So my point to you is that embrace the journey, embrace the process. It is okay to learn every single day. It is okay. It is okay to fail. It is okay. The key is to get up again and try it again and learn from that. And it is okay to take a break. It is okay to take a break from this chaos. It is okay to breathe. It is okay. Whatever you do, it is okay. All of our lives spent, people telling us what to do. Our teachers, our parents, our teachers, our boss. Enjoy your life. Take good care of you. That's all I want to say today. Be mindful. Practice empathy. Practice compassion. From my heart to yours today, I wish you a very beautiful day. A very productive day. Take good care of yourself. Thank you for choosing to watch this. This is Nicky there. Stay vigilant. Stay safe.